Well, welcome everybody to our monthly coaching call where we're going to talk about all of our deliverables for the month of March. I know we've got probably have a bunch of, I'm just going to call you newbies this month only, but I think we have a bunch of newbies on the call this month. So I'm going to walk you through a little bit of housekeeping items on how we run these calls, and then we'll get into everything that we need to cover this month. So basically what we're going to be doing, I've got Christy Wyatt moderating today, and the way that we handle these coaching calls each month, we basically go through all the content that we're going to be delivering on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and our blog posts. And so we want to show you guys all the different posts that are coming out. We want to talk about, we have this action plan that we put together each month as well that just talks about the different activities that we're going to be doing throughout the month to help bolster community and drive leads, drive awareness, etc. And so we'll go through those things. We'll end with some teaching and training related to some things that you can do on your end just to help enhance the overall social media marketing campaign. And then we open it up for questions at the very end. We are going to do something slightly different this month. And the way we handle questions, by the way, is through the chat window. Christy will moderate that for us at the end, and we'll get everybody's questions answered. If we run out of time during the call, we'll certainly circle back to everybody that had a question, make sure that we get those answered for you. Then we'll also put the questions and the answers on the FAQ. For those of you that have been in the pilot program and are now converted over to the main program, nothing's different. Everything will be the same. We'll continue to have these monthly calls. We'll continue to maintain the website that has all the ancillary additional information. The only thing that has changed is you're now you have to have the order form sent to us so that we can, Vendy Social can charge your credit card each month. Club Z Corporate isn't going to be charging you anymore. So hopefully that makes sense. All of you newbies, it doesn't matter because you're on the program the way it's intended moving forward. But for those of you that have been in the program for a while, I'm going to cut the call a little short for you guys. Feel free to stay for the whole hour if you want, but we're going to be talking about some things that you can do this month to enhance what we're doing, and they're going to be things you've heard me talk about before, so you don't really need me to show you how to do those things. But for the benefit of the newbies, I'm going to walk them through where to get the access to that information. And so feel free to stay for the whole hour if you want. But once I get down to this third item here, newbie supplemental training, feel free to jump off the call if you need to go. So let's go ahead and jump into the presentation and just walk through everything that we need to cover today. For those of you that are just joining us, every single month we do have a theme of the month, and that theme ultimately ties back to a strategy that we've developed for Club Z Corporate all the way down to all the Club Z franchisees that are participating in the program. So every single month we get together, we'll talk about what our theme is for the month, and then we build many of our posts, our offers and promotions around the theme if it makes sense to do that. Certainly the post will always be tied to the theme, and some months we'll do special promotions just based on what that theme is. And so what we're focusing on in the month of March is the Annual Achievement Award. This is a wonderful program. You guys know more about it than I do, but where we give away $25,000 a year. The intention of the program, from the corporate perspective, is to use it as a door opener, to use it as a conversation starter, and certainly in the world of social media, we want to open doors. We want to start conversations. And since we're taking enrollments now through April the 11th, we really want to be focused very heavily on getting some awareness and excitement around the Annual Achievement Award. And so I'll walk you through some of the things that we're going to be doing on this end to help support that, and then some things that we'd like you to try to do on your end through social media to help support that. So more on that in a little bit. Here's what the overview looks like. This is what we're going to be posting out on everybody's environment. We have 31 Facebook posts planned, so one for every day of the week throughout the month of March. We have 35 tweets that are planned, and so we've got a few more tweets than we do Facebook posts. We tend to do that each month. We also have 13 LinkedIn updates, and so we just added LinkedIn as a platform last month. If you haven't connected your LinkedIn to the PointBurst account, then we're not able to publish all of our great content on your LinkedIn profile for you. So make sure that you've gone into PointBurst, logged in, and connected your LinkedIn account. We walked through how to do that last month, and so be sure to watch last month's video replay if you want to see how to do that, or reach out to Christy or me. We'll be happy to walk you through that. We actually have 4 blog posts, not 5. That's a typo. Sorry about that. But they're really awesome blogs. I'll go through each one of them with you here in a moment. And if you remember, we always talk about the funnel, and we always want to make sure that we're creating a nice, steady diet of information so that we're not sounding too much like a one-trick pony or begging for business too much. But, you know, we want to almost be like a magazine for your readers, for the people that are connected to you, your fans. And so we always try to have a nice mix, and that ties right back to our strategy, what we feel is the right mix for our target audience. And so this month, 67% of the posts that we're going to be publishing are awareness, which is content that's designed to be useful and beneficial to our target audience, not necessarily talking about tutoring or selling tutoring, just good, useful information that will improve their lives in some way, improve the lives of their family members in some way. And so a big percentage of our content is centered around that this month. 17% of our posts, just moving down the list here, are going to be evaluation. Most of those for this month are going to be around the Annual Achievement Award. And so we've got lots of content going out just talking about the Annual Achievement Award, but evaluation content is designed to provide information about who we are and why we're a great company, and certainly we're going to piggyback that onto our messages around the Annual Achievement Award. And then 17% will be decision-related content. So 17% of the time when we put a tweet or a post, Facebook post out in your social media environments, it's going to be talking about, you know, our Learning Built to Last study skills program, you know, getting 1 month free if they, you know, schedule and sign up for a tutoring program. So those are things that you'll see us publish quite a bit, about once a week in your different environments. And so that's what March is going to look like. Our goals for March, we're hoping to reach 100,000 people, and so we have great analytics on this end, you know, Facebook Insights and various other tools that we use to see, you know, how many people we're actually reaching with all the posts that we publish. And so our goal each month is to reach at least 100,000 people. We consistently overachieve on that goal. To generate over 600 visitors back to the website, and you know, that's to all the different pages in the site, not just the home page, but pages where they can sign up and have somebody come out and visit with them on the consultation. We also have pages in there about the Annual Achievement Award, and so we drive traffic to lots of different places within the Club Z website, you know, including your individual pages as well. That we want to generate 500 or more likes or shares. That we want to grow the Club Z corporate Facebook page by 100, by their Twitter environment by 67, and then we want you guys to grow, and our hopes and goals are that you would grow your Facebook likes by 50 and your Twitter followers by 33, and certainly the way that we do that is publishing great content, but having you guys help just spread the word and asking your customers and your prospects to follow you on Facebook and Twitter. And so hopefully everybody at this point has gone through and added the icons for your email signatures so that it's easy for people to follow you by just clicking those links in your email signature, that you've gone in and connected your email contact list to Facebook and to Twitter, and that you've sent out an activation email. For those of you that have been in the program for a while, those are the biggest things that you can do to help build communities so that we can drive, you know, leads and followers for you. For those of you that are newbies, if this is your first coaching call, that's some of the stuff we're going to be talking about at the end, so stay tuned for that. So that's what our goals are for the month of March. What do we have in store for April? Actually, we have new channel art that is going to be actually coming out today. I wanted to be able to show it to you during today's session. I'm going to show you how you change out your channel art, so I'll show you how to do that. Basically, your Facebook image and your Twitter image. I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second. So that's actually something that we're going to be able to do during the month of March and not have to put off till April. I got the update from corporate earlier today on that. And we're going to talk about Google Places and Google Plus listings I was hoping to do that this month, but we're going to push that off until our call next month because we do have a lot of newbies on the call, and we want to make sure that that they're able to get up to speed on some of the things that you guys that have been around for a while already know about and have already taken advantage of. And so stay tuned for Google Places and Google Plus listings. They're going to help us quite a bit in April and moving forward in building awareness, driving traffic, and then we're going to start talking very seriously about generating some positive reviews that we'll want to deploy on your Google Places listing, as well as start working on getting some good reviews on Facebook for you as well. So that's what April's all about. We wanted to wait until we went into general availability to really cover those things, and now that our social media program is generally available, it's time to start adding Google as a channel. And as you might imagine, they're becoming more and more popular and a great source of search engine rankings and other things as well. So let's move on and talk about the deliverables that we have in store for all of us for the month of April. And the first thing we're going to look at is the action plan. And so here's the action plan. And for those of you that this is your first time attending the monthly call, let me just introduce you to the plan. It's just a spreadsheet that helps us tie actions that we're going to take throughout the month on your behalf back to the strategy, which is always something that we want to do. We don't want to do social media flying by the seat of our pants, but rather have a game plan. But not only do we want to tie it to the strategy, we also want to tie it to the funnel. And so you'll notice that over here on this column right here, we always have activities tied to awareness, evaluation, and decision. And so each month we'll walk you through what does that look like. And the ones that are in red are actions that we would like you to try throughout the month of April or whatever month we're talking about. And the ones in black are the ones we're going to be doing on your behalf. Now, the one thing I always say when we look at these things that are in red are you don't have to do the things that are in red. You certainly don't have to. If you just set it and forget it, the things that we are publishing on your behalf and the actions that we're taking on your behalf are good. But if you want better or best, I would encourage you to try to do, you know, maybe one of the things that you see in red or all of the things that you see in red, because that'll certainly kind of speed up the process on your behalf. So that's what the action plan is, and you'll notice up here at the top we always have what the theme is, and so our theme is primarily the Annual Achievement Award. We also have the theme of spring because spring will start towards the end of March, and then our offer right now is the same offer we've had for a while, which is first session free. And so by the way, we get a lot of good play on the fact that we do give away the first tutoring session for free, and so we've continued to use that offer because it seems to work. Corporate likes it. I think you guys are liking it, so we'll keep that offer in place for a while. So let's just review the action plan, and then I'll come back and focus on the things that we would like you guys to do on your behalf for the month of March. So as we look at awareness, mainly what we're going to be doing is working on helping you get more community, more likes, more followers, more connections on LinkedIn. And so if we look at the very first activity here, one thing that we would like you to do in social, and this can be Facebook or Twitter or both if you want to be in that best category, is to actually weekly mention local schools in your area, letting them know that we have this Annual Achievement Award. And so the way that you can do that, and newbies, I'm going to show you how to specifically do this at the end of the call today, is you go and find, you know, the Twitter handle for your elementary school, your middle school, your high school, and make sure that you @mention them appropriately. You do the same thing on Facebook. Make sure that you find those schools on Facebook, that you're liking those schools on Facebook, and then once you've got that in place, then you can simply just post this comment, which would be @school name, obviously replacing school name with whatever the school is that you're wanting to mention, whether it's Twitter or Facebook. And then you say nominate students for our Annual Achievement Award, $25,000 in cash awards to selected students, and there's a link there. You can use this word for word if you want. You can modify it if you like. But each week I would like you to do one of the schools. So maybe the first week you do elementary school. Maybe the next week you do middle school. Maybe the next week you do high school. but go and do one a week, and then maybe you do Twitter one week and Facebook the next, however you want to do that. I wouldn't do them all at once, though. I'd like you to spread it out over time. And so that's an action that you can do in the month of March. Moving on to number 2, we will continue to do the weekly brain teasers. I don't know what you guys think about the brain teasers or what kind of feedback you're getting on your pages related to that, but people tend to like those. We get good responses on the corporate page. So we're going to continue to do the brain teasers, and those are very shareable too, as you might imagine. People like to try them out and then share them with their friends or family. So we'll continue to do that. We also have another action here where we would like you to, and this is something you're going to see on a regular basis, and that's been on previous action plans as well, but to go into your high school, your middle school, or your PTA, and go to their Facebook pages or their Twitter pages and actually either retweet or share something that they've posted. And the reason that you do that is when you go out and actually share something, they're going to see that you're doing that, and the people that are following them are going to see that you're doing that, and it's a way of building awareness. So as you go to, let's say, your high school, and maybe your high school has 2,000 likes, and you share something on their page, then all of your followers and many of their followers are going to see that you shared that. And so it's a good way of getting your name out there, and that's why we ask you to do that each month. And so we've just given you an example of what you could, when you click the share button, for example, on Facebook, it asks you to post a comment, and so we've written something there that you can use, or you can certainly write anything that you like. If you haven't been doing this, and it's because you feel like you don't know exactly what to do, we do have that information on the website that will walk you through it, but also reach out to Christy or me. We're here to coach you through these things so that you can take care of some of the things that we'd like you to do each month. Okay, moving on to number 4 here. So we've got our weekly post that's going out about the Annual Achievement Award, and so we'll be doing that each and every week. And then we have blogs that are going out. I'll go through all of our blogs when we get over to the content plan, but we've got some really great blogs in store for the month of March. Moving on to the next one, line 6 here. We've written an email that we would love for you to send to your customers and prospects promoting primarily the Annual Achievement Award, but also using it as a way to encourage them to follow you on Facebook and Twitter. And so there's nothing wrong with sending out activation emails periodically. And so for those of you that have been around a while, that's one of the things we had you do in month 2 or 3 was actually send out an email to all of your customers letting them know that you're active on social and, getting them to become a part of the conversation, if you will. For those of you that are new, I'm going to talk to you about that here at the end of the call today. But this is something that you can do, every couple of months, especially when we've got a really good awareness building activity like the Annual Achievement Award. And so we've written an email, I'll show it to you in a minute, that we'd love for you to send out to your customers and prospects. Okay, moving on to number 7. We've got another blog, number 8. We've got another blog. Again, I'll share those with you when we get over to the content plan. Okay, so those are the awareness activities that we've got going on for the month of March. In terms of evaluation, our goal primarily with evaluation is to drive more traffic. And the more traffic that we can get out of those social sites into the Club Z website, specifically your pages, that's how we can generate more leads for you. And so we've got a really great blog that will hopefully get people out of social into the Club Z environment. And then one of the things that we do each and every month on your behalf is we're actively listening every week for people that are saying that they're struggling with various studies like geometry or math or algebra or social studies or whatever. And so if kids are out there talking about having trouble with those subjects, we go in and intercept that and actually respond to them on your behalf, saying, hey, we've got great tutors, we can help you with that. And I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but the high school age kids, by the way, are flocking to Twitter. I think they've gotten tired of mom and dad being on Facebook and being able to see everything that they are doing. And so a lot of them have moved over to Twitter, and we're getting really, really good responses and results by listening for kids that are struggling with some of their homework. And so that's something that we'll do every month and we want to engage at least 50 a month. Actually, we do about 20 to 25 a week, so it's more like 100 a month, but our goal is to do at least 50. So that's what we're doing from an evaluation perspective. Moving on to decision, this is where we're really trying to generate leads. So, you know, our goal with evaluation is to drive traffic. Our goal with decision is to generate leads. And so we're going to be posting the offer every single week as our primary lead generating tool. Now, if you have any questions about the action plan or why it exists or how to use it or how to do the things that you need to do on the action plan, be sure to ask here at the end of the webinar today, or feel free to reach out to Christy or me, and we're happy to train you or give you whatever you need to really be successful in those areas. The action plan is archived on the website, and I'll show you guys where that is in just a minute. So let's move on to the content plan. That's the next thing we're going to take a look at. And the content plan is all of the great content that we've got in store for your audience in the month of March. And so let's start with the blogs here. And so we've got 4 really good blogs. 2 of them are awareness blogs, and we have 1 evaluation blog and 1 decision blog. And so our first blog that's coming out the first week of March will be an awareness blog, and it's going to be a career spotlight blog. And so you'll see this as a series, and we're going to run it really now through probably the rest of the summer. We have several of these type career paths that we want to create really good content, and it's for moms and kids that are interested. You know, maybe the child is interested in engineering and they want to become an engineer, or maybe mom or dad think that they've really got the right mindset for that. We want to give them great content on things they can be doing now and things that they can be thinking about to prepare themselves for getting into college and studying to become an engineer. So you'll see several of those that we've got in store over the next few months. We're going to start with engineering, but we'll move into other ones down the road. So that's the first awareness blog post we have for the month. The next one is an evaluation post, and it's 5 tips for helping with homework. And so one thing that we heard, we did a survey with you guys at the end of the year that you wanted us to prepare more content that was around empowering mom and dad to be better parents, either just in dealing with life issues with their kids or more on the education side. And so this is a direct result of that feedback that we got. Then we have a decision post, which is Club Z makes your life easy. And so this is going to be really highlighting the fact that we're in-home. There's no long-term commitments, you know, really trying to drive what makes us different than some of the other tutoring options that are out there. And so that'll be the 3rd week. And then the last one of the month will be 7 skills students need for their future. And so this is going to be really looking at, again, things that students and parents of students can really be thinking about in terms of great skills that will help them become, you know, good, responsible adults and good, you know, get them ready to go to college and things like that. So those are some great posts that are coming down the pipe. By the way, as I'm talking about blogs, one thing that we do with corporate is every quarter we get together and go through a brainstorm process to come up with all of the blog topics for the quarter. And so we do that over the phone. It's a conference call, and we've got a process, a methodology that we use to kind of go through that. If any of you that are on the call want to participate in that, if you feel like you've got some really good ideas you'd like to share, we'd love to have you on the call. It's an hour-and-a-half call. We do it once a quarter, and that's where all these topics come from. So we'll let you know the next time we're planning on doing one of those, and get the word out. If you want to join us, we'd love to have you. Okay, so let's move on to the actual channels that we're going to be publishing content. And there's so much. There's over 70 posts. I'm not going to go through each one of these with you. You can certainly download it and look at it on your own. But for those of you that are new, let me just kind of give you the lay of the land here. So what you see in column B are the actual word-for-word posts. What's in bold is not going to actually show up on the page. That's just so you can understand what type of post that is. So on this particular cell right here, you see Annual Achievement Award, and then you see some text here that's not bold. That just means that this is a post talking about the Annual Achievement Award. So that's the actual post. You'll see we have Facebook here, and then here's all the different posts for Facebook by day, and then we have Twitter, and all the different posts for Twitter. And then we have LinkedIn and all the different posts for LinkedIn. And then down here at the bottom, we have all the different breakdown by post, by different section of the funnel, if you will. So let me just go back to the top for a second so that you can get a sense of the lay of the land. You'll see that some things are blue and some things are white and some things are yellow. Items that are blue are only going to appear in Facebook, and that means that there is a graphic associated with that post. And so we really produce some great eye candy for Facebook. As you know, Facebook is becoming much more visual, and so we want to have really unique to Club Z and Club Z branded imagery as we're publishing on Facebook. So anytime you see a blue, that means that there's going to be a really cool graphic associated with it. What's in yellow, that just means that's a blog post. So when you look at these blogs up here and you see something in yellow, you'll notice that is a blog post. Now, one thing that we do throughout the course of the month on the different channels is we'll actually not only publish a new blog post based on the content strategy, but we also rehash some of the old great blog content that we already have. There's no reason why we wouldn't do that, and we know that our customers really appreciate that good information. And so you'll see that there'll be more blog posts, like here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we actually have 5 different blog posts going on Facebook in the month of March. 4 of those are going to be the new ones, and then we have 1 that we're rehashing from the past. So you'll see that often. Then we have the funnel, so you can see where that piece of content really fits into the overall strategy and the funnel. And then we have notes or comments associated with that particular post. Primarily what you need to be aware of is the brain teaser. You'll see it'll say brain teaser over here because we always give you the answer in the comment area. So if somebody answers the brain teaser on your Facebook page, you can go look at this and see what the answer should be. Just moving over here, you can see that we've got a publish date and then what day of the week it is. These 2 columns here really aren't that important for you as a franchisee. It just whether or not it's going on corporate or both, whether we're going to spend some advertising dollars on the corporate page to promote it, that's what those mean. So anyways, I would encourage everybody, if you're interested, download the content plan, take a look at it, let us know if you've got any feedback related to it. But this is so that you know in advance everything that's going to be going on to your various channels. And so be sure to do that, and that's what we've got in store for the month of March. I think we'll get some really good, looking for some really good results in the month of March with this great content plan that we put together. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch gears and move into the training. And I've got 4 things that I want to cover during training today. One, since we just added LinkedIn as a channel last month, I was going to do a real quick LinkedIn review on just things that you can be doing in LinkedIn every week to enhance what we're doing there. Then I'm going to go back to the email that we'd love for you guys to send out to your customers and prospects and where you find that. And then I'm going to go into how to update your channel art on your Facebook and Twitter page. And then for those of you that have been in the program for a while, feel free to drop at that point. And then newbies, please stay with me as I just walk you through the website that we have set up for you guys and where you can get some good information and what to do after you've gotten your your Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn connected to PointBurst. What are the next things we need you focusing on? So let's go ahead and jump into the LinkedIn review. And then what I'm not going to do is talk about how to connect your LinkedIn account to PointBurst because we've got that covered on the website. But I did want to remind everybody things that now that we are in LinkedIn and we are publishing content for you in LinkedIn, here's some things you need to be doing every week. It will not take you more than 10 minutes, okay? So if I were you, I'd schedule an appointment maybe once a week or even have somebody else in your office log in as you once a week and go do these things. Number 1, check your inbox because if you're going to generate leads through LinkedIn, more than likely it's going to be somebody reaching out to you directly through LinkedIn. And so you want to check your inbox and see if anybody has done that. Take a look at your feed. Let me pull up my LinkedIn real quick. Be easier if I just had it popped up here. Here we go. So what I'm saying here is like a couple of items in your feed. So here's my feed right here. Looks just like a Facebook feed when you log into Facebook. Find something in here that's interesting to you and like it. And it's just as simple as clicking like or share. I'm wanting you to be active in LinkedIn. But just a couple a week is really all I'm asking you to do. And then go take a look at who's viewed your profile and send a connection request to anybody new. And so let me show you that as well. So I can go over here. Now I have a premium account, so I can see things beyond what you can see with the free account, but certainly in the free account you can still see several of the people that have looked at your account. And you just want to look and see if people are new. So I can tell that this person is connected to me and this person is connected to me because it says first connection. This person here is not connected to me because it says second connection. Now, some of you may have a profile view that looks like this, okay, but you can still see the same information. See, it says first, second. Notice it says connect here, so I could just simply click this button and send an invitation request to this new person. And so go look at the people that have viewed your profile and send connections to anybody new. Go to one group, and we talked last month on how to go find appropriate groups in your area where you can be the education tutoring resource for that group. Don't join groups where everybody in that group is a tutor, but rather groups where everybody in that group is a parent or is a parent, if you will. Chambers of Commerce would be a great example of that. You know, most people that have jobs have kids in school, and so, but be that tutor educational resource. So go to one group, leave a comment on at least one discussion, which is a very easy thing to do. And so those are just the quick little 10-minute reminder of what you can be doing each week in LinkedIn. And if you'll do these things, then by having, and that will augment what we're doing, which is publishing, 3 or 4 times a week on your LinkedIn page. And by having those two things kind of happen together is where you're going to get some really good results. Remember, social media marketing or social media is really about people engaging with people, and so there's kind of a 1-2 punch. 80% of the punch comes from us and the content that we create tied to a strategy, and then 20% is you engaging with these people a little bit to really add that personal flair, and by doing that on LinkedIn, you'll help a lot. So I'm going to back up here, and we're going to go back to the training agenda, and so that's LinkedIn. Again, if you have any questions on LinkedIn, you don't feel comfortable about what you should be doing on LinkedIn, don't hesitate to reach out to Christy or me. That's what we're here to do, to help you really get the most out of this program. So let's move on to the next bullet here, which is email. And if you remember, we're going to ask you guys to send out an email promoting the Annual Achievement Award, but also using it as a way to encourage people and remind people that you're active on social. So let's run back over. What I'm going to do now is go to the program website. And so this is the website that we've set up that has all the information about the program and great resources for you. We will send out an email at the end of today's call that will have links to everything as well. So even if you don't have links to the website, don't worry, you'll get an email from us in the next couple of hours that will have them. Now, under the project homepage, which is where we are now, there's this link that says email activation. And for you newbies, I'm going to walk you through this at the end, which tells you exactly what you need to do to get your emails, to have those icons at the bottom of your signatures, and then to go and send out, and connecting your accounts to Facebook and Twitter so that you can take your contact list and invite them to follow you and like your page. But stay tuned for that here in a little bit. But what I want to do is jump down here. I'm going to run back up here. I got a little long-winded. Homepage, click on email activation, scroll to the bottom. You'll see that we have email templates down here, and we've got 2 email templates. One is the activation email that we had you guys do last year, and then we have this new one, which is the Annual Achievement Award activation email. And so you can literally just copy and paste this into your email and then send it out to all of your followers, or not followers, but your connections, your customers and your prospects. If you'll notice right here, it says, here is a link to my Facebook page, here's a link to my Twitter page. With links, you want to put your links to your actual Facebook page or Twitter page there. And so the whole idea is we're saying, hey, I'm just making you aware we've got this great program. Spring enrollment is coming up on April 11th. If your child or somebody you know is deserving of consideration, please talk to your school. And then you're saying here that you're going to be posting updates about the program in your social environment, which is true because we're going to be doing that on your behalf. And so by simply adding your Facebook and your Twitter link there, they can know that there's a reason now for me to go to your Facebook page or Twitter page because you're going to have some updates related to the Annual Achievement Award. But then the last sentence says, hey, we want to hear from you too. We want you to be a part of the conversation. So while you're there, like our page and become a part of our conversation as we talk about study skills and tutoring and parent-family life, etc., on our social media environments. And so all you need to do to take care of that one item on the action plan this month is copy and paste this email, add your links right here, and then shoot this out to your customers and your prospects, and that will help what we're doing and tie right into our strategy and our theme for the month. Okay, so that's the email. Let's move down to updating your channel art. And like I said, I was hoping to have the channel art today. I will have it by the end of the day. And so I'm going to show you where I'm going to put that. Back to the home page. So here we are on the home page of the website. Notice we have a section called Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I'm going to create a new subpage called Channel Art. And on that Channel Art page, you'll actually have the artwork that you'll want to download from this page onto your PC. Okay? So we're going to update the Facebook background image, or the Facebook banner rather, and the Twitter banner as well. And so you'll want to come back here and you'll see a new section called Channel Art in Twitter and Facebook, and there will be files that you'll just download. You'll just click on them and they'll download. So let's pretend like we did that because I don't have the new channel art to show you. And now what you want to do is go upload it. And I'm going to tell you this whole process from downloading it off the website to uploading it onto your Facebook page or Twitter page is a 5-minute process. So let's log into our Facebook page. So here we are in a Facebook page. And again, if you don't want to see this, you can just click that and it'll look like what most people see when they land on your page. But since you're an administrator of your page, when you hover over this image, which is what we're going to change out, and we'll do that 3 or 4 times a year, by the way, notice this button right here. Just click Change Cover, and then you want to upload a photo, and that's where you're going to upload that file, okay, that you're going to download from our website. So be sure when you download that file off of our website, you put it somewhere where it will be easy to find. We're going to name it something where it will be easy to tell what it is. So don't worry about that. We're not going to call it image 437, but we'll call it, Facebook background image or profile image. And so just be sure to do that. Now on Twitter, you log into your Twitter, you click on me. That'll take you to this page. And then notice right below this image here, you'll see Edit Profile. So you just click on that. You'll see this little Edit button right here. You click on that. Click on Upload Photo, and it's the same process. Again, if you have any challenges with that at all, Christy and I are here to help you, so don't worry about that. But give it a try. We'll let you know as soon as those images are up on the website so you can go and download them, and we'll actually create a little process for you too so you can see what that looks like in the event that you forget and don't want to have to watch this whole video again. We'll create a step-by-step process for you. So anyways, take care of that. You might be asking, why do we want to change out the art periodically? Well, we want to keep it fresh, and that's something that we don't want our pages to start looking stale, so 3 or 4 times a year we'll change that stuff out. Okay, well, that's all that I really have for folks that have been in the program for a while. You guys are welcome to stay until the end of the call today. That's not a problem. We will be doing the Q&A at the end of the call, so if you want to stick around, maybe have a question, you can do that, or feel free to reach out to Christy or me later to get your questions answered. But what I want to do now is switch gears and focus on some things that you newbies need to be aware of to help achieve some of these actions in the action plan this month. So oldies but goodies, feel free to stick around, or this would be a good time to drop off if you need to get on to the rest of your day. But what I'm going to do is go back to the action plan real quick. And let's take a look at these red things that I just talked about doing. So we talked about weekly @mentioning local schools in your area, okay, and that's something that we can do on Twitter and Facebook, that we want to share posts from the schools or PTAs with our followers on Facebook and Twitter. And then we want to do the email, and I just showed you how to do that, so I'm not going to show you how to do that again. But I want to show you what I'm talking about here and where you find this information on the website. And so one of the first things you just need to learn how to do is get decent at using Google as a search tool. So if I want to find the Flower Mound High School, which I live in Flower Mound, if I want to find their Facebook page or their Twitter page, the easiest way for me is to just do this. Type in Flower Mound High School on Facebook. Okay, so I do that, and sure enough, there's the very first listing. It's the Flower Mound High School on Facebook. Now I want to click like, and I want to like that page. Now you want to like all the schools in your area, so get a list of all the schools in your area and go through this process and make sure that you're liking them and also that you're following them on Twitter. And so to do that, it's just the same thing I do. I will just go back to Google and type in Flower Mound High School. I have to be able to spell, though. High School on Twitter. And sure enough, there they are. And I just click follow. Okay. So do that with all the grade schools, all the high schools that are in your little sphere. Okay. Also, I would recommend chambers of commerce, parent-teacher associations, anything that you can be connected with, because what you're going to do now is going back to the action plan. What we're talking about here is actually posting one or two things from the schools onto your community. So what do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to go over here to this Twitter page, and so I want to go look at the tweets from Flower Mound High School. Okay, here they are, and I'm going to find something that I want to share with my community. And so here is the varsity girls finished third at the Byron Nelson Invitational. So I can retweet that by simply coming here. I can even change it or edit it if I want, but for the sake of time, all I did was click retweet, and then I'm clicking retweet again, and there it goes out to all of my followers. And so I'm wanting you to do that throughout the month, just one or two times, maybe once for each school over the course of the month. Okay. Now I showed you how to do it. It's easier on Twitter because all I did was find something and then I hit retweet, okay, and then I tweeted it out. But how do you do that on Facebook? So let's go back over to Facebook. So again, I'm going to scroll down here and find a post that I like. Now here's the same post that we looked at on Twitter, and I can share that on Facebook, and see how it says it wants you to write something. Now I've given you something that you can copy and paste, but you can write whatever you want here and then share. And so what that's going to do is that's going to show up now on my page, and you'll be, when you're doing this, you'll be posting as your page, not you as a person. Okay. So if you're logged in as your page, you have the ability to post, and I'm going to show you where all this is, so don't feel like you got to be taking copious notes. But up here, you can use Facebook as your page, or you can use Facebook as you. And so you want to make sure that when you're sharing things, you're sharing it as your page, not sharing it as you, the person. Okay. And so that's how you take care of this action item right here. And I'm going to show you where to get more information about that on the website in just a second. Okay. This is weekly @mention schools in your area about the Annual Achievement Award. And so what I'm going to do is just highlight this whole thing here, except for the @mention part. And I'm going to go back to my Clubber Z page, which is my fake Club Z page. And I'm going to @mention Flower Mound High School. Now the fact that I've liked them, it's going to pop up right here, okay? And now I'm just going to paste in that post. And see how it creates this great little post right here? And then I click post, And now people that are following the Flower Mound High School are going to see that post, as well as people that are following my page. And so it's that simple. So 1 week do high school, 1 week do elementary school, 1 week do middle school. Even go out to PTAs if you want an A+. But these are ways that you can help us get the word out about the Annual Achievement Award. Okay, so now let's run over to the website and let me just show you where all that information is. And so I'm on the project homepage here. Go to email activation, and this is going to walk you through how to get the icons underneath your signature that have your follow us information. So for example, if we were to look at, let me just do a new email here. See how I've got these right here? You're going to want those too, and this is going to walk you through exactly how to do that. So whether you're on Outlook or whether you're on Gmail, we've got step-by-step instructions on how to get that done. Okay, so follow those steps before you do this month's activity, which is to send out this Annual Achievement Award email. Another thing that you're going to want to do, and I'm just going to scroll up here, is you're going to want to connect your contact list to Facebook and connect your contact list to Twitter. And the way that you do that is go over here to Facebook and click on Using Existing Contacts. And again, we have a video and step-by-step instructions on how to do that. Okay, so follow these step-by-step instructions. If you get stuck, don't feel too bad. Call Christy, call me. We've walked several people through how to get your contact list connected to Facebook, connected to Twitter. But you're going to want to do that this month as well. And then here's how to do that on Twitter as well. So it's under Building Community here. Okay. Some other things that you just want to be aware of in terms of what you can find on this website is all of the monthly calls are going to be right here. And we always have a place, we always record these calls so that you can watch last month's call if you want. You can watch any previous month's call that you'd like. And then we'll have the deliverables right here. And so here's the action plan that we've already reviewed. Here's the content plan. And then here's the actual workbook, which is just a copy of all the slides that we've covered. And so you'll want to be able to download those whenever you want to take a look at them. They're always there. If you need help getting connected to PointBurst, that's right here, but you should probably already have that taken care of. And then under Facebook, you know, I just talked to you about how to mention others on Facebook. Well, here's the step-by-step instruction on how to do that again with a video, okay? So we've got some really good resources for you that'll help you along the way here. Mentioning people on Twitter, that's the other thing I just walked you through, but again, we've got that archived for you right here. So, you know, the one thing you guys don't have the benefit of is we've been working with the other franchisees for, you know, 4 months or so now. We want to get you up to speed so that you don't lose any momentum. And so if you need any hand-holding through this process, please just reach out to Christy or me, and we'll schedule a 30-minute session with you one-on-one, and we'll be happy to get everything connected for you or help you get everything connected, whether that's PointBurst or your contact list or whatever. I mean, we're here to support you, get your background images, your channel art, all that taken care of. Our desire would be that you try that on your own first, but if you get stuck, reach out to us. We're here to support you. And so that's what I wanted to cover with you guys separately because it would be a little redundant for the folks that have been in the program for a while. So what I'm going to do now is pass the baton over to you, Christy, and if we've got any questions from the gang, tee them up for me, and I will answer them as best I can in the 10 minutes or so that we have left.
Okay, we do have a question from Rhonda, and she did say, what about Instagram? She was probably referring to a particular part of your webinar. I'm not sure which, but.
Right. So right now we're not using Instagram as a channel. We might consider doing Instagram in the future, but our focus today is on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and next will be Google Places. And so that's our focus with the program currently.
Okay, and then a question from Rich. He says, I find that companies mostly owned by friends will post too much on Facebook, getting pretty annoying. I rarely like company pages because of this. I realize maybe that it's just me, but I'm guessing others feel this way too. Can you comment on this and how it may relate to what we do?
Great question. And so absolutely, we monitor how we post and when we post very carefully. And so we actually only post one time a day on Facebook for that reason, although we are looking very closely at possibly increasing the posting frequency on Facebook for various reasons that I don't have time to go into on the call today. But if you'd like, I'd be happy to schedule a conference call with you to discuss. There is an appropriate amount of time, number of times that you should be posting on Facebook. I think that posting more than 3 times a day would be way too much. Less than once a day is not enough. And like I said, we're looking very closely at Facebook Insights to see if we should be increasing our posting frequency, because they're constantly changing their algorithm, and we want to make sure that the greatest number of people see your posts. One thing you may not be aware of is that just simply posting on your page doesn't mean that every one of your followers is going to see that post. Every one of your likes is going to see that post. In general, it's 10 to 20%. And so it's not like everybody sees every post, but certainly less than once a day is not enough, and more than 3 times a day is too much. But we actually not only look at posting frequency, but time of day. And so we pick the times of day that we post very specifically based on when we seem to get the most engagement with our posts. So that's really probably all I've got to share as it relates to the little bit of time we have left now. But if you'd like to talk some more about that, I'd love to have a conversation with you about that.
Okay, we've got a couple of questions from Laura. She is one of our newbies on board, so welcome, Laura. She asks, is it possible to retweet too many times, or too many items, actually? I have nearly 100 schools in my area.
So there's not a retweet hard and fast rule. Now remember, if somebody's following you, then they're going to see what you tweet when they log into Twitter, okay? And so if you're going to be doing a lot of retweeting, you might want to pace it out a little bit, because we're going to be posting on your Twitter page on your behalf about a little bit more than once a day. And so you don't want those really great articles that we're going to be publishing to get drowned out by all of your retweeting. And so, you know, if you plan on doing, you know, 1 a day or maybe 2 or 3 times a week, that would probably be a good start. I probably wouldn't do much more than that. Because again, what we want to do is think about our community. We're trying to build awareness, so certainly retweeting and things like that is going to build our awareness. But we're also trying to provide good, remarkable content for our followers. And so what we don't want to do is drown out our message. So maybe 2, 3, 4 times a week for retweeting would probably be the most I would recommend that you do.
Okay, and Laura also asks, as one of our newbies, can you tell me what order I need to do all of this in? She hasn't done any of it yet. For instance, point burst, liking all the schools, connecting the emails, etc.
I will. Great question. Oh, is there more to it? I'm sorry, Christy. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
Great question. So I will put that in our follow-up email, what the step-by-step sequence is, and I'll also add a page to the website, and I'll put a link to that on the email so that you guys can see exactly what your sequence of activities would be. That would obviously start with setting up your Facebook and Twitter pages, then connecting them to PointBurst, and then doing your email signature. And those are obviously the biggies that you've got to do in a particular order. The rest of them don't have to be in such a necessary sequence of events, if you will. Any more questions, Christy?
That is it for today.
Okay. Well, newbies, this is the last time I'll ever call you that, but welcome aboard. We're excited to have you in the program. One thing the folks that have been in the program for a while hear me say all the time is we're very anxious to improve the program and make it better. And so we would love to get your feedback. We love your questions, and we're here to help. So anything we can do to help you newbies or you guys that have been with us for a while, don't hesitate to reach out and ask or provide some feedback. We'd love to hear from you. So until next month, you guys have a great time, and good luck with your businesses out there. Take care, everybody.